picturesque Provo, Utah, LaBelle Edwards Stadium. This is one of those benchmark opportunities for both teams, a mid-season top 10 showdown. It's the Arizona State Sun Devils and the BYU Cougars. Reese Davis, David Pollock, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rose down on the sidelines. We check in with her now.
Thanks, guys. Checking in with BYU's head coach. He understands the importance of this game as a separator in the conference standings. With both teams undefeated, some games under their belt, this will be a great test for his team to see if they are on track to make it to the conference championship. He wants their total focus, their total composure, and their total attention today in this crucial conference matchup. Back to you.
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. BYU ready to put a foot to it and get this game going. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He'll be stopped short of the 20-yard line on the return. They'll mark him at the 19. The Sun Devils offense will get first crack at it here. And we get a look at Tyson Brown. He's coming off a 100-yard game and a couple of touchdowns in their last win.
I got to tell you, I've been really impressed watching this team, and specifically the offense now during this win streak. And the biggest thing has been the running back and their ability toting the football. Physical, they're able to stay ahead of the sticks. Defenses just get worn down because of this guy and his physical style running the football, and I expect to see a little bit of that again today.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Back to throw, it's Bowling. Pocket breaking down. And he's sacked. Great work there by this defense.
It's always interesting to view the good teams, the teams that are ranked versus the teams that aren't ranked. And this defense, man, like, how do they play it today? I love that start. Coming out aggressive, flying around, playing like your hair's on fire, getting a sack to start this game, getting a little momentum on their side.
And it's incomplete despite some serious... strength shown there. And the Sun Devils will punt this one away.
You just got to wonder, too, guys, if the crowd didn't impact the offense. They're playing on the road on the first third down of this football game. Incomplete. The idea here, I think, just punt it away and see if you can regroup, because this environment is hostile.
The Cougars offense, who will go to work for the first in this one. And you've got to believe this defense has put in extra time to try to slow down this tight end, David. But the question... And they even stop him.
It's one thing to watch it. It's another thing to stop him. And just impressed with the way they move him around. They use him. Sometimes he blocks. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. Like, sometimes he's a lineman. Sometimes he's a wide receiver. So tough to figure out where he's going to.
Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He'll try to take it back. At the 20. Touchdown, Sun Devils. How about this defense taking one back to the house? Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0.
And linebackers are so athletic nowadays in college football. They can play man on running backs and tight ends and all over the field. And how about the linebacker making the athletic interception and then showing you he could be a running back, taking it all the way back to the house for a touchdown.
The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. Finding themselves down 7-0, they'd love to get a drive going here. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Fires to the middle. He's got it. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
Quarterback showing you some resiliency here on this drive. He threw a pick on the opening drive of the game, but he was able to turn the page right away. You can't let that bad play affect you, and they're letting him throw it. They're being aggressive, and he's proving that he can still make good decisions here. He can find the open target and deliver strikes.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Just feeds the running back. And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical. Get off the ball, get downhill.
Shakes a man, and he might take off. They're able to keep him out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 2 after the big play in the passing game.
Man, is it nice to have a guy that can do that. Goodness gracious, short pass, but he has such speed, elusiveness, vision, the whole nine. He shows you all of it right there, catches the football, makes some people miss, gets upfield, and gets the long gain. That is so nice for a quarterback to throw it short, but you get all those yards after the catch.
Can the D deny them on second and goal? Pulls it on the option. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still just a very short gain.
And this defense sold out for the run. I love it. Physical, downhill, second and goal. Nice job getting the stop, forcing the third down.
If you don't tip the scales at 3 bills, stay on the sidelines. Big boys in the goal line D. Keeping it on the ground on third and goal. Stop! Nothing! Denied right in his tracks, and it's fourth down for this defense.
And this defense has got to be jacked up, man. They finally forced the fourth down, right? They've gotten a couple of first downs, got some things going, but I think it's decision time for this offense. And this D's got to do it one more time, right? They've got to get another play, a big fourth down stop here to get some of that momentum and get the football back.
They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work.
Now, what a great job by this defense. Never giving up, man. Gave up some yards, get inside their own 1 on fourth and goal. And what did they do a good job of? Getting pushed, man. The big boys getting in the backfield, getting penetration, not letting a hole even open up, and they get the big fourth down stop.
They've got them penned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Trying to impose their will with the run. He'll be stopped at the 15. It'll be a first down, and this defense misses an opportunity to keep them backed up close to the goal line. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. A give to Brown. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. The Sun Devils trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Fires to the wideout. He let the thing fly. But he couldn't make the connection.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count. It messes with the communication.
He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. And they'll close in on him after. Turn on the interception.
things so long, it's very predictable. I'm bringing more DBs on the field. I'm bringing more speed. I know you're going to pass the football. Offenses have to be aggressive. They have to take shots. They did it there. The defense makes the big play.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Martin. They make the stop, give him 3 yards on the carry. Ball's at the 24.
I think there's a couple schools of thought in how you run the football and how you throw the football. Like some people say, I run the football to set up the throw, right? To get people aggressive. But this offense kind of took it the other direction, right? They came out throwing the football, now soften them up. Now let's see if they can start to get that ground game going.
Following the completion, we get a stoppage to check out the injured player. BYU trying to make this red zone trip pay off. Back to pass, it's Bachmeier. Zings it complete to the right. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
That's just a mental error. On defense, you got to watch the ball. I understand the quarterback shouting and he's clapping and there's all this crowd noise, but you just got to hone in, watch the football before you come out of your stance.
The easy way to convert on third down, the penalty moves the sticks. Motion from the wide receiver. Takes the handoff. It's Martin. Nowhere to go on that one. It'll bring up 2nd and 10.
And listen, it's tough. It's a tough proposition. This is a top 10 defense against the run. You know they're physical. You know who they are. But you're not going to bat an eye. And you're going to challenge your guys, especially in the red zone, to be more physical, to be able to continue to run the football against a really good defense.
He's there to make the stop, and they put it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. After the completion, we see there is a man down, and the clock will stop to check on him. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got the tight end. He was looking everywhere for more running room and couldn't find it. He'll be 4 yards short, and it's 4th down. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. From the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. Never a doubt. That'll bring him to within 4.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Tackled and brought down at the 23-yard line, so not a whole lot of room on that return. The Sun Devils offense makes its way onto the field. Off to a good start here and back to work now with a 7-3 lead. They'll start on the ground with Brown. Defense. There to stop him in his tracks, and they get nothing on that play. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. That's the end of the quarter, and Arizona State has the lead. Let's take a look at the numbers through the 1st quarter. About to start the 2nd period here. Holly, what have you got on the weather?
Well, guys, as I mentioned early in that 1st quarter, there was some rain, but the bad news, it is getting very me right now. Players are starting to rush and grab their jackets, trying to get towels to dry off the ball. Things are starting to get a little bit crazy down here on the sideline as the rain is really coming down. Back to you.
Keep that super Doppler cranked up there, Holly. We'll look forward to it. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. And the Sun Devils will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Waves the arm for the fair catch, and the catch is made close to the 30-yard line. So the BYU offense comes out to go on the attack. They've been pretty much stifled on offense so far, David, only able to muster 3 points in their previous 3 drives.
And you got to find a way to open this up and create some explosive plays. The passing game is obviously the easiest way. Jesse, put more speed on the field, find those guys down the field.
But you know they're frustrated, too, because they felt like there were some matchups they could take advantage of to get some points on the board early. In this one, they just haven't been able to connect on those opportunities. But I like David's idea. Maybe move some guys around and see if you can create some better one-on-one matchups.
They were able to get him stopped just shy of the first down mark. And the Cougars are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. The option look. Keeps it himself. That play just got wrecked. 3rd and 1, and they went backwards. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Paul.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Hand off for Brown. Maybe a crease. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. First down, right back to Brown. Let's think a second about Arizona State and what a challenge this is going to be for both teams, both with unblemished records, both sitting atop the conference, and both eager to square off against each other.
And what I think makes this one more fun is that it's not just the 2 top teams in the conference. These might be 2 of the better teams in the entire country. These 2 teams might make the college football playoff. Lots of football out ahead, but this is a matchup, regardless of whether you're a fan of these teams, the conference, of college football you've been waiting to see.
And it's so nice that whoever wins this, you talk about putting yourself in a great position, you hand them a loss in the conference, move them down the standings, and you have the tiebreaker. A lot on the line today.
Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. The Sun Devils kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. To the air. It's Bowling. Got his man in the middle. There he goes. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
And guys, I'm kind of shocked. That's the first time we've called his name. And it's one thing for it to be his first catch going into the half, but that's the first target. This offense is an offense that needs him to be explosive, to make big plays. And in order to make that happen, they've got to target him and find ways to get him the football.
And will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Got his man on the outside. Great job on the containment and the tackling. They stop him for no gain.
Love the awareness by the defense here. They're trying to get the running back the ball in space, but the defense was expecting it. They had guys in position. They located the football, and they went and game tackled.
Wideout trying to get it in. Touchdown, ASU! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone. And the extra point makes it 14-3. They took it 68 yards on that drive, and they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Cougars offense takes the field to start this drive. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on this drive. You're down in the game. There's obviously a lot of football left, David, but on this drive, in this 2-minute situation, best players got to touch the ball.
And this could get into pressing mode, right? Like you go into the half down a couple of scores, it starts to, the pressure really, really mounts. Good opportunity to take some of that pressure off, get some momentum, energize this squad going into halftime.
If the quarterback's a little more on target there, maybe they hook up, but it's an incompletion.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
He'll throw it. Finds a soft spot in the middle. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Timeout taken by the Sun Devils, their first of 3. Gives him a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on 4th down. Punt is on its way. Let's see what he can do with it. He gets a block. Boy, did he show it all on that return. The speed, the explosiveness, and took a little momentum with him out of bounds. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Here's the pressure. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
And that was another ball thrown in harm's way. And this young man, he already has 1 interception. That was almost a second. Just playing a little bit loose with the football. Let's make sure we get that dialed in. We can't make those mistakes. Hard to win games when you make big mistakes.
Looking to throw, it's Bowling. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
Well, that defender just was better in his one-on-one on the pass rush. He does a great job beating the offensive lineman to get to the QB.
Third down coming up, and the Cougar faithful are doing everything they can to help out this team. They've got the screen set up. Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. The Sun Devils in the hurry-up.
And man, this is not the plan that they drew up defensively. Like trying to get stops, trying to get them off the field. They finally get them to a 3rd down situation, and they still can't execute. So slow start for this defense. They better find some answers because they've already dug themselves a hole. There's
timeout on the field. Arizona State calls it second. And and they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half. And here comes the offense on second down. Looking downfield very late in the half. Got a man in the middle. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. And the Sun Devils, after moving the sticks through the air, come to the line. To the air on first down. Moving out to the right. And the rush will get to him at the 25. They get the timeout called here, and probably just enough time for one more snap to put up points before the half. And in the closing moments of the first half, they'll try to put a 3 spot on the board. Absolutely center cut. And they'll push that lead out a little further. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Man, week 9, go time. So let's get down to business with a notable update from the world of college football. We start our coverage with Auburn, taking on the #1 team, the Ole Miss Rebels. And it's the Tigers coming away with the victory in one of the highest scoring games we've seen all season. Moves them to 7-1 on the year, an awfully good start so far. Here now some other games you may have interest in. Social media certainly does. Inside SEC.
The Sun Devils will kick it away first, and we'll start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. What do you got on the sideline, Holly?
Hey guys, the Cougars head coach told me coming out of the locker room, they have found some positives here during this 3-game win streak, but right now, trailing in this game, their backs are against the wall. They get an opportunity here to start the third quarter with some more momentum, and he said, we can't worry about the win streak, we just have to worry about doing our job. Back to you.
All right, Holly. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. They'll go right back to the run. Nice move to keep running. They get him down at the 49, but not before he picks up 15. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Back to throw, it's Bachmeier. Finds his tight end. Here's a little room there. He'll be stopped, but not before he can. And that big gainer on the last one has him ready to go from inside the 10. He'll set up to throw. Grabbed behind the line. It's Martin. And the screen goes nowhere. They stop him for no gain on the play.
And I love linebackers, man, that just have a nose for the football, an absolute feel. Great job not losing vision, feeling the running back start to come out of the backfield to catch the football, and then doing the most important part. Probably the hardest, too, getting him on the ground.
He's down at the... They almost had the touchdown pass on that one.
I like the aggressiveness by this defense. You've got to play tight on the wide receivers. There's not a lot of space on the field. You've got to be aggressive, and you've got to make tackles.
He'll try to get to the marker himself. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, BYU!
And this offense showing off a little diversity, right? Like being able to run that option a different way, get a receiver that can catch the ball on the pitch, confuse the defense enough to create enough opportunity for the QB to keep it and punch it in the end zone.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Here comes the Arizona State offense onto the field. So after watching their defense immediately give up a touchdown drive here in the third quarter, they'll try to answer here. And we'll get a whistle to stop the clock as they check on the injured Sun Devil. The junior running back slow to get up. We hope this is just momentary. Holly Rowe will keep an eye on everything for us. Scanning the field, it's Bolden. Caught over the middle, it's Miller. And he... to the 36, it'll be a first down.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And now this offense will try to figure out a way to move the chains after that second down incompletion. The quarterback's a little more on target there. Hook up, but it's an incompletion. And the Sun Devils will punt it away on fourth down. Wants to return it. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Last drive went for 6. We'll see if they can do it again. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Trying to escape and get it himself. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
And this is the hard part about being on defense and choosing whether to be conservative or bring the blitz. They bring the blitz, he sees it, and that's what he does really well. Sees it and immediately makes a decision, gets to some green grass, and gets a positive gain for this offense.
It's got to feel good as an offense knowing that early in the drive you can turn around, hand it off, get a push up front, and go get positive yardage.
They'll move the wide receiver. Right back to the well. And the ball's out, and they're after it. Recovered by the defense, and he's off. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. A give to Brown. Oh, he's got some space. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
One more time, it's Brown. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up fourth down. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to take the 3. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. He needed a little late boost from the crossbar, but he gets it to go through. And that will extend their lead even further.
They never ask how, they always ask how many. And that thing off the crossbar, inches away from a miss. It was a pretty long kick. Kicker gets just enough of it and puts 3 on the board.
The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. The fumble on that last drive could have been much worse, David.
They bailed him out. They held him to a field goal, so that's the good news. Now this offense has to get it going. Forget about the fumble, Jesse. Move on. Be positive.
And they're upset with themselves, too. They're an offense that pride themselves on ball security. Let's see what they do right here.
They'll come to the line, 90 seconds to play here in the third. Running inside. It's Martin. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
And what a great job by the defense here. First down, second down, 2 straight runs. They stuffed both, and that was a big key for them coming into this game. They want to set up third and long situations, and now those edge rushers can pin their ears back to get after the quarterback. They can mix up and disguise their coverages on the back end, hoping to create negative plays and takeaways.
Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. Just needs a crack to get a return. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. The Sun Devils offense makes its way onto the field. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. Things have been clicking along nicely, Jesse, but they have to make sure they keep it up.
Yeah, they got to wake up. It seems like they've been a bit lackadaisical here the last few drives, maybe as we've seen this lead dwindle a little bit, David. So they need a bit of a spark here to get that mojo back.
Yeah, and you always have the adjustments, and then your opponent adjusts, and now they got to readjust now because this game's getting a little bit tighter than they liked.
On first down, it's Brown again. They'll give him 4 on the pickup at 2nd and 6.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Midway point in the season, and games like this one can have a big impact on the rankings from week to week as we see upsets happen and favorites continuing to flex muscles. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. After swapping ends of the field, that gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. Trying to pick it up on the ground. Good effort, but he's going to come up a little bit short. It'll be fourth. One. The Sun Devils will call on their punt team.
Yeah, and listen, offensively, you run the RPOs. You just want positive yards, make the right read the guy. If he wants to drop back a little bit, hand it off, get some positive yards, go on to the next play.
Holly, what update do you have for us?
Here on the Cougars sideline, I can see a lot happening with their running back. He has turned it over here in this game, and they are down. They need him to be a little bit better with their ball security. I have seen some coaches go over there, have him put the football in, kind of try to knock it out, get him back to a confident state of mind. He's out there right now. We'll see if they can rely on him down the stretch. Back to you.
Thanks, Holly. Solid pickup of 4 on first down at 2nd and 6. To the air, it's Bachmeier. Finds his man, it's Casper. He'll be run out of bounds, but we've got laundry on the field. Let's see what that's about. Defensive holding, an automatic first down for this offense. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
3rd and 6 yards to go. He's looking to pass. Got it set up on the outside. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down. BYU right back to the line.
This is the moment for this offense to put a drive together. It doesn't matter what's happened up to the point of this game, but you're trailing right now. You got to put some points up on the board. This is where all 11 guys need to be playing together as one.
Unleashes it on the run. He's got it way down the field. Go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business. And it looks as if they've buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And they take another look at the play, but the officials on the field were right, and the play will stand. The Cougars are marching down the field. It's on target and complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
The Cougars go back to work after moving the chains through the air. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. That pressure got to him, and he just had to chuck it out of bounds.
And I love the IQ by the defense on that play. Like, understand situational football. They're down by a couple scores. The clock is ticking. They need to make big plays. Nice job playing the deep ball and not giving up anything big.
Tight end in motion. See how the D reacts. Here's a quick throw out to the left. Could not make his way to the corner.
I don't love the play call at this juncture in the game. You're down. You've got to take shots. The defense is not going to be blitzing, so these screens probably aren't going to work.
It'll be 3rd and long. To the air. It's Bachmeier. Bought a little time. Lets it go. Complete. Works his way to the 4-yard line, and they'll have it 1st and goal. They want to throw it. Trying to find the end zone. Hit and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. Wants to keep it in the air. Oh, they're after him. Touchdown, Cougars. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Well, how about that? And after that touchdown, we might have a finish after all, Jesse.
I love it, Reese, and this team is not quitting. Yeah, they're down on the scoreboard right now, but they are clawing and they are scratching their way back in this game. They're going to keep going hard until this clock reads all zeros.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. Now the offense will try to run out the clock with the lead. Here's Brown to begin the drive. That's some old school, hard-nosed, tough running as he powers his way to the 30. Timeout called here on defense, so they'll have a couple remaining in addition to the 2-minute stoppage to try to maximize time and get the football back. They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3. Brown again. They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run. So they'll use a timeout here. 1 more remaining, and of course the 2-minute stoppage coming up as well. Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Looking for a man. It's Bowling. Quick completion on the out route. They'll use a timeout on defense here. That's their final one. The clock stops just once more at the 2-minute mark. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you
got a little grass. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. Motion from the wideout. And the Sun Devils with the 1st and 10. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs.
And this situation here on 2nd down is the exact situation this offense wanted to stay out of. You got the lead late in the ball game. You want to get positive yards, keep that clock ticking. Now in a situation, it's interesting. Do they want to throw the football? How much do they trust their quarterback not to make a mistake here late in the football game with the lead?
Well, the dreams of an undefeated season are over. Certainly an accomplishment to make it this far, but this week in practice is probably going to be pretty interesting.
It's going to be very tough after suffering that loss, but you wonder, David, if this might be a blessing in disguise for them, because sitting here at 1 loss late in the year, their college football playoff hopes very much alive still. Now, can they turn this into a positive and get back on the horse?
And we've seen that in recent years, right? Like you saw Ohio State, they used a late loss to catapult them. They had so much energy and so many doubters and haters that propelled them to go win a national championship. So this moment, while it's sad and it's kind of depressing for them, could be one of the better moments of their season if they use it for good.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.